What can we learn from Moses' prayers during Israel's wilderness journey? Let's find out in this video. I have made several videos, and the links of those videos are given in the description below. Don't forget to visit those videos. Moses prayed during Israel's wilderness journey provides profound lessons on leadership, intercession, and the relationship between God and his people. Throughout the journey, Moses often found himself in situations that required deep dependence on God, and his prayers reveal key aspects of a faithful leader's heart. First, Moses' prayers teach us the importance of intercession for those we lead. When the Israelites sinned by creating the golden calf in Exodus 32, God was ready to destroy them. But Moses stood in the gap. He pleaded with God to remember his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In Exodus 32:13, we read that. Moses' intercession here shows the power of prayer to change outcomes. It also teaches us that leaders must be willing to bear the burdens of those they lead, even when they fail. Moses' willingness to stand between God's wrath and the people highlights the selflessness required in true intercession. Second, Moses' prayer reveals the importance of seeking God's presence. In Exodus 33:15, Moses says to God, "If your presence does not go with us, do not send us up here." This prayer shows Moses' understanding that without God's presence, their journey would be in vain. As Christians, we learn from Moses that our success is dependent on God's presence, no matter how capable we might feel. Without God leading the way, our efforts will fall short. Moses' prayer encourages us to prioritize God's presence in our lives and to seek his guidance in all we do. Moses teaches us about the humility required in prayer. In Numbers 12:3, Moses is described as a very humble, more than all men who were on the face of the earth. This humility is reflected in his prayers. When his authority was challenged by Miriam and Aaron, instead of retaliating, Moses prayed for Miriam when she was struck with leprosy. We read in Numbers 12:13. Moses' humility in prayer shows that a true leader does not seek personal vengeance, but rather seeks the well-being of others, even those who oppose them. We learn from Moses that humility is crucial in our relationship with God and in our prayers for others. Moses' prayers demonstrates the importance of perseverance in seeking God's will. In Numbers 14, when the Israelites were afraid to enter the promised land, God again threatened to destroy them. Moses interceded, reminding God of his great mercy and reputation among the nations. We read that in Numbers 14 from 13 to 19. Despite the people's repeated failures, Moses continued to seek God's will for them, showing us the necessity of perseverance in prayer. He didn't give up on the people or on God's promises, even when circumstances seemed dire. Moses' example teaches us to remain steadfast in prayer, trusting in God's faithfulness. Moses' prayers reflect a deep concern for God's glory. In Exodus 32:11-12, Moses prays, "Why should the Egyptians speak and say, 'He brought them out to harm them, to kill them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth?'" Moses' primary concern was that God's name would be honored among the nations. His prayer teaches us that our prayers should be aligned with God's glory rather than our own desires. Moses' focus on God's reputation challenges us to evaluate our own motivations in prayer and to seek God's glory above all else.